Nope, he'll just take it out of your hand.
Our names are Mike and Heather. We're traveling the US in our van Appa on a mission to visit all 50 states. Subscribe and join us as we try to figure out this whole van life thing. As always, thanks for watching. Good morning from Alaska. Last time you saw us, we were actually finishing up the Alaska Highway.
We drove into the town of Tok on the Alaska Highway, and that was sort of the first big town that you come to with some services. From there, we actually left the Alaska Highway and made our way down to Palmer, where the views were unbelievable. We drove past the Matanuska Glacier, which we'll be returning to.
Now, the reason why we've jetted down to Palmer, Alaska is because the Alaskan State Fair is currently going on. So we are in the area of Palmer, seeing what we can do today before we go to the Alaska Fair tomorrow.
We have a few things planned. We are going to do our first hike here in Alaska, and then we are also going to go check out the Reindeer Farm that's near Palmer, weather permitting. So it's a bit rainy, but we have come over to the West Butte Trailhead, a little bit outside of the town of Palmer, and we are going to do the Bodenburg Butte hike by way of the West Butte Trail. So it's about 2.3 miles out and back.
It said family friendly, which is my speed, so.
Yeah, so I think it's gonna be a nice hike. There may be some stairs at the end to get up, but we're really excited to get out and actually be out in the Alaskan wilderness. I guess it's probably not too wild. We're pretty close to town, but just being able to do our first hike is really exciting, and I can't wait to get on the trail.
So even though it's a bit of a overcast day, it's actually pretty pleasant out here. It's perfect fall temperature. It's about 55 degrees and perfect hiking weather as well.
We're hiking in Alaska. How amazing is this? This is just so exciting, and this is a really nice trail, well maintained. It has a nice packed pathway, and we're supposed to get some amazing views when we get to the top. I think we'll see a glacier, the Chugach Mountains, Pioneer Mountain, so hopefully, fingers crossed, the weather cooperates so that we get those views, but yeah, happy to be hiking nonetheless.
Yeah, and anywhere in Alaska you get amazing views. We were even at like the gas station this morning filling up with like the mountain range all around us, so I have full faith that even if we can't really see that far out because of the sky and the cloudiness, it's still going to be beautiful nonetheless.
So we have already ditched a layer, which is a good thing though. I think hiking and making sure that you brought layers is always a good thing, because it's probably going to be colder up at the top of the butte than it is down here in the forest. In our defense, I think the raincoats were more just in case we got caught in a downpour.
Yeah, it said it was supposed to be raining all morning, and so far so good, so but I'm happy.
That might just be the volatility of Alaskan weather. We've heard that it may say that it's going to rain and it'll rain off and on, but not continuously, so I think we're getting that a little bit. We've reached the part of the trail with the wooden steps. I think they go up maybe 300 feet in elevation. At least that's what I was seeing online based on people's approximations. There's hundreds of them apparently, so this should be fun.
Mike and I have very different definitions of fun.
Let's get started on these and see how we do. Should we count? Probably not. Are you counting?
No. We've made it to another set of stairs.
Another one. DJ Khaled. There are quite a few stairs here. They are all well maintained, and they have kind of a guide line along them, but there's a lot. I think we were at lower elevation by a lot in Buffalo, so we're getting reacclimated. This is a nice moderate hike for us to kind of get our legs back under us.
AKA, we're out of shape. That's a fall.
So that was the end of the stairs. It was a pretty good number of them with a lot of different layers. There were some switchbacks, but all in all, not too bad. A little worse for us because we're out of shape, but definitely not anything impossible.
I'm pretty sure the inventor of the Stairmaster came here before making that machine, so it was a good workout.
Likely the light of mine will burn out. and my rambling years. I paid my sins from the poor traveling days. Oh Lord, please, can't you hear my prayers? So I rode my body up the mountain.
We have made it to the top of our first hike here in Alaska. It's not a mountain by any means. Ooh, hang on, that's a good one. It's not a mountain by any means, but it's a butte.
That wasn't even funny.
That one was off the top of my head too. It just came to me, so I had to rewind and start it over. That was a good one. Look at these views out here.
It's like 360 degrees worth of mountain views. So even though it's a little bit overcast and a tad bit foggy and cloudy, the view is absolutely amazing. Just as breathtaking. Or maybe that's the stairs.
Also very windy up here, so hopefully you can hear what we're saying and my hat doesn't fly off.
Now that we're down a flight of stairs away from the top here, the wind has died down a little bit, so you might actually be able to hear us, but the top view was absolutely amazing. There was mountain view ranges all around us. I think the online trail map said that you could see 3 mountain ranges, and that seemed to be true. Even with the fog, we could see that all. And then right dead center at the top was a glacier. It's just absolutely mind-blowing at how easy it is to see a glacier here in Alaska, and just how common it is, and it's just, I can't say it enough, amazing.
Alaska was definitely a state of the 50 that we were really excited to go to, and I think even in our basic Q&A that we did a few months ago before we really started this trip, we had talked about Alaska being the state that we were looking forward to most. And I think even with those high expectations, it's still exceeding them. The views are absolutely unbelievable. Just the fact that you get site after site after site right near town, along the highway, everything, it's just right there, and it's just unbelievable.
Going down is a lot easier.
We have made it back to Appa. I think that was a great first hike here in Alaska. Definitely glad to have got out and on a trail in Alaska. I can't believe it. We're gonna be saying that the whole time we're here, because to have driven here and to be here and to be doing this is just absolutely amazing, and I think it just reinforces that this was everything that we hoped it would be when we started converting a van and decided to go to all 50 states.
So far the rain has held off today, and now we are on to our next stop. Literally a 3-minute drive away from the little hike that we did, actually I can see the butte right in front of me now, is a reindeer farm. So we are going to be able to go in and pet some reindeer. They also have some moose and alpacas and all sorts of different animals. So I'm very excited to get out and walk up to a bunch of animals that usually we're told to do the opposite, not go up to.
Reindeer and moose are both animals that you can see here in Alaska or along the Alaska Highway. We actually saw 2 moose on our drive up here. We saw one in a stream, and then we actually saw one crossing the road, but we haven't seen any reindeer, so we're excited to actually get to go and see them. And I think it'll be a good prelude because we're also going to the North Pole while we're here, so you can't beat seeing reindeer in Alaska before we go see Santa Claus. This is a self-guided tour through, and they have reindeer, rabbits, pigs, moose that you can feed and pet at different areas. So we're gonna walk through. It's kind of chilly and a little bit windy, but I think we're gonna have a really great time.
Wow, look how big he is.
Is there a good shot?
Nope, he'll just take it out of your hand.
Wow.
Another animal, literally, they will go for the neck area. So they think that if they grab that, that's time area. There's up here. Now, there is a man, and you may know him.
Oh, they know. little dogs.
We are back in Napa and heading back towards the downtown area of Palmer. We just left the Williams Reindeer Farm and it was a lot of fun. We got to go in and see a bunch of different animals that we had seen signs for to be on the lookout for on the Alaska Highway and here in Alaska. So it was nice to be able to see up close a moose, a reindeer, an elk, all sorts of different animals, and to learn more about them, which was really interesting to know that both male and female reindeer have antlers, or that a moose can hold its breath for 3 minutes and dive down 20 feet. So it was really great talking to the staff and learning more about these animals that are sort of a big part of Alaska's wildlife. So that was a lot of fun.
The farm was also a really cool experience because it's in this valley and you're surrounded by mountains. So it's not just a normal farm that you'd go to in lower 48. You're literally surrounded by Alaskan mountains. Not only are you looking at the cows and the moose, but you're also looking up at the mountains and you're like, oh, there's a cute alpaca. Oh, but the mountains. And it was just absolutely incredible. Another really neat thing is that there was an animal there that was named Appa, so similar to our van. So that was just a cool, ironic thing.
We're here at the Matanuska State Park and we have just found a camping spot that we're going to be in for the night. So we're heading back up to the pay station to drop off the pay for staying here, and we're also going to check out the bathrooms and showers because they are here at the campsite and we're definitely going to make use of them.
So we are walking up the little path to the comfort station to check out the showers, the bathrooms, and drop off our envelope.
Well, you know what they say, there are no kingdoms without rulers. Are you ready for change? We could be kings and queens every day. On the road, we are brave. Yes, even braver than the bravest. So let's go, stop the race. We should be kings and queens every day.
We went back up to the station, checked out the bathrooms and the showers. They're your kind of standard fare for a campsite, but they're serviceable and that's really all we need. So we'll be able to take showers tonight. Having a bathroom on hand is always a plus. And right now we are just finishing up, well, Heather is just finishing up dinner. I take no credit. I'm not very useful, but she is fantastic with cooking our meals while we're on the road. So tonight we're having tacos. That's almost done. It smells delicious and I'm super excited to eat. This is a pretty cool campsite. There's a lot of spots. They have some RV areas up at the top with water and electric. Those are $30 a night. We paid just $20 a night for our parking here. So that's pretty cool. This is just a campsite that you could tent camp or park a small van at. So it works out for us. It has a picnic table and a fire pit, and that's all we need to be able to cook dinner, which we haven't been able to do for a little while. So being able to break out the little stove and actually eat is going to be something that we are super happy with.
Happy camper through the ups and downs, keeping calm, winning ground. Let's build castles now. We'll make gold on our way up through the.
So we have cleaned up our dinner and actually cleaned up ourselves. We ran up to the top to go grab showers. You always feel awesome after a shower, especially on van life after it's been a few days. So feeling good. But now we are having a quick snack, which is cereal.
Lucky Charms this time.
Yeah, so we're going to get a snack before we start winding down here, maybe get a little bit of work done. We're in a really great spot that has still cell service, and actually our little Wi-Fi device gets perfect coverage right here, so probably end up getting some work done, maybe watch a little bit of TV. Mike wants me to watch the new House of Dragon show, and I'm still a little bit salty about how Game of Thrones ended, and I'm trying not to be that person that doesn't watch it because of that, but we already know how it ends, and it doesn't end well, so I don't really see the point of watching a prequel. Like, if it was a sequel, I'd be a lot more into it, but I don't know. He's been trying to get me to watch like the first episode forever now, so we might do that tonight after we get some work done as well.
Heather has super high sodium levels from the Game of Thrones ending.
Me and the rest of the world.
Hopefully I can convince her because I think it looks good and the early reviews are good, but we'll see.
Yeah. So that's how we're going to be spending our night. Eating a snack, working, and fighting over whether or not to watch a TV show. So we'll see you all in the morning at the Alaska State Fair.
Good morning from the Alaska State Fair. We are still in the town of Palmer, but we've come over from our campsite to the fair. We parked, have come in, and are getting ready to start looking for food and cool things to see. This is our first time in Alaska, so also our first time at the State Fair. But there's some people out. It seems like a popular place to be, so I'm excited to see what's in store for us today.
So we kind of already made a rounds around here to scope out the different places that we're interested in eating at, and there's a lot of it. So we're definitely going to start with a mini food tour, which is really just us picking out because it is a fair after all.
There you go.
Thank you.
Enjoy.
Our first get from the Alaska State Fair is a Denali cream puff. We got the chocolate, but they had a lot of different flavors like berry and caramel and I'm not even sure, a bunch of different ones. I think we went the safe route, but I'm excited to try it. I don't think I've ever had a cream puff. This is gonna be messy.
Good?
Mm-hmm. It's really fluffy. Kind of tastes like eggy.
It's kind of messy to eat, but it all blends perfectly together. It's like hot fudge chocolate on it with a really creamy center and then the flaky pastry. It's perfect.
All right, Mike, here we go.
Thank you so much.
Oh, you got it?
Oh, I got it. Oh,
Yeah.
trying to get off, but I got it.
Thanks.
Thank you so much. The cream puff was awesome, but we moved down the I guess row a little bit and saw quesadillas, and Heather insisted on getting the kids version, which they cut into the shape of a salmon and give you a gumdrop eye, which is absolutely amazing. This was so cool, and I'm sure it tastes really good as well.
So we have made it back to the picnic tables to dive into this quesadilla. So the quesadilla did actually have meat options as well, including fish, salmon, reindeer, all sorts of things, but we want the classic cheese. Mostly because of the fun design. Dibs on the gumdrop.
The tortilla is really good. It's just a basic cheese quesadilla, but it's really good, and I think after something as sweet as the cream puff was, getting something on the more savory side is really a good option.
Look at how cute they are. We're doing that.
That's cute.
So at the fairs by us, they have old-fashioned photo booths that you can go to and get dressed up in like old-timey clothes. But in Alaska, they do it with sled dogs, so we couldn't pass up the opportunity. But literally, you get to go pose with real sled dogs, pet them and everything for your cheesy photo. It even says Alaska 2022, so a perfect souvenir for the fair. Mike wasn't so thrilled.
I thought it was really cool, and the sled dogs were awesome. We actually got to talk to the owners who race with them and learn a little bit about sled dog racing, and of course they were absolutely adorable and really nice to pet and super friendly, so that was great.
Yeah, even the sled that we were sitting in to pose in is one that they still race with, so just really awesome.
There is a rat race. You get to bet. It's almost like a roulette, but with a mouse, where the mouse runs to a certain color and that's the winner.
We've been doing this for 70 years. We first did it, this was a farmer's gathering. Then they turned it into a state fair. You want him to go on the color that you like. Elvis, find a hole. Everybody find a hole. Black's the winner.
Are you excited to see these pigs go around the circle? Absolutely. And they're off. And our piggy regulars are coming up fast behind them. Coming out of the gate. Oh, yes, Pamela was in front, but now it's any pig's race. Number 4, Bad Ham.
With a barn, a moo, and a cock-a-doodle-doo. Everybody promenade 2x2. Dance with the horses, skittle with the mice. Swing with your partner once or twice. Stand with the donkey. Slide with the sheep. Scramble with the little chicks. Cheep, cheep, cheep. With a neigh and a moo and a cock-a-doodle-doo. Everybody promenade 2x2.
She's doing great, isn't she, everybody? Go ahead. You're almost there. Keep going. Keep going. Almost there. And stop.
There's magic going on. They have a really cool fair sign that you can go and take a picture with where you're the eye. but it's been pretty cool so far. I'm really enjoying the Alaska State Fair.
So we have been walking around the fair and we have managed to grab ourselves another snack. Mike already cheated and had one that fell on the counter and he ate it. But this is my first time eating a cheese curd in Alaska. They look really good. I think it's actually made with Wisconsin cheese. So we haven't been to Wisconsin yet, but we're getting a little bit of a taster here. Definitely good. It's a nice crispy outside because it's obviously deep fried. And it's the perfect cheese inside, so can't go wrong. So I found ourselves some corn on the cob, which you absolutely can't go wrong with. Just kidding, it's hot. It's good but hot. Wow, look at all the boxes of corn behind me. So they roasted this on the grill and then they literally peeled it, dipped it in a big vat of butter, and you got to go walk over to the little bar and put whatever type of seasoning you want on it. So I just went with the classic sea salt and it is very, very good.
It's very salty too.
So it has started to sprinkle a little bit here at the fair, so we have made our way back to our van. Now, I wouldn't say that it's something that's much different than a fair that you'd find in lower 48, but it's all about the location. We're surrounded by amazing mountains, and even just leaving to walk to the parking lot, they had helicopter sightseeing tours take off of like the area, so the backdrop for the fair absolutely blew me away.
And in terms of a fair that you could go to, I think this one was pretty good. They had a lot of fun food options, some very Alaska type samplings,
including a lot of seafood, the husky photos that we got to go do. They had gold panning booths, gem collections, just a little bit of everything. So it was really cool to get a small glimpse of local businesses and just go to a very local thing like the fair.
It actually felt like a really good atmosphere that would have been family friendly, and like Heather said, just being surrounded by the mountains was amazing. There's actually more snow on them today, so we had a little bit of a storm last night, just some rain, and I think up in the mountains it dropped snow because they are snow-capped and it's absolutely beautiful. And this is the first day of September, so we're getting some unbelievable scenery, and I'm so happy that we're here at this time.
We are heading out of the Palmer area here today and down towards Homer, Alaska,
where tomorrow morning we are going to take a seaplane over to Katmai National Park, which is a new national park for us, so I'm super excited. I don't know if they have stamps,
we'll
but
have to bring our passports in case we get
hopefully
a stamp.
they do. That'll be great. But we are going because Brooks Falls is located there, and if you've ever seen the video of bears catching salmon in the stream by a waterfall, that's from that location. So one of the most famous views of bear eating salmon while they're spawning, that's where we're going. We're going to see grizzly bear eating salmon as they're going up the stream. I cannot even believe that we're going to be doing that. Additionally, we're going to be flying in a seaplane, which is one of those propeller planes that lands on the water. That'll be a completely new experience for us. This is going to be absolutely amazing and 100% one of the highlights of our time here in Alaska. We have, what, about a 5.5 hour drive down to Homer, so a little bit of a cruise ahead of us, but we're excited to get into Homer, and tomorrow morning we're going to go on one of the biggest adventures we've ever done.
Yeah, and even though the drive is 5 hours, any drive in Alaska is kind of like its own little excursion as well because of the beautiful sights. So I'm very excited for the drive and obviously for tomorrow. So thank you so much for joining us on our first couple days here in Alaska. We have many more to come and many more adventures to come, and we hope you join us on the next one.